In 2016, UNAIDS estimate there were 657,829 reported prostitutes on the continent of India. The history of Indian prostitution can go as far back as the 3rd century AD, when Indian women would send their daughters to a temple to become a Devadasi. A Devadasi is a girl dedicated to worship and service of a deity or temple for the rest of her life. The dedication takes place in a patukatu ceremony, which is similar in some ways to a marriage. In addition to taking care of the temple and performing rituals, these women also learned and practiced classical Indian artistic traditions like Odissi dances. They had high social status, as dance and music were an essential part of temple worship. During colonial times, reformists worked towards outlawing the Devadasi tradition. Colonial views on Devadasi are hotly disputed by several groups and organizations in India and by Western academics as well. Later, the Devadasi system started to disappear, having been outlawed in all of India in 1988. Now, prostitution in India is at an all-time high and becoming a center of sex workers and sex traffickers. Of an estimated 20 million commercial prostitutes in India, now 16 million women and children are victims of sex trafficking, according to campaigners. Usually, the women that become prostitutes are forced in by sex slavery, and the next generation is born into a life of prostitution and will be forced to start work at the age of 11. These prostitutes are usually found in major cities and in red light districts of those cities. A red light district, or pleasure district, is a part of an urban area where a concentration of prostitution and sex-oriented businesses such as sex shops, strip clubs, and adult theaters are found. With 28% of India's population in poverty, with some women work as prostitutes to feed themselves and families. Today, the women charge up to 400 rupees, which is $8 American, for sex. Girls aged between 12 and 16 can earn up to 2,000 rupees, which is $32 American, and usually the women only keep a small amount of their pay because there are pimps that take a vast majority out of their pay. In one survey, it found that a third of all prostitutes in India enter this trade because of poverty, and more than a fourth opts the profession of prostitution in India after marital problems. If not traffickers, some people kidnap some women because a relative of the women still owe money. This is called the chukri system. The chukri system is a debt bondage or forced labor system found in Kitterpur and other parts of West Bengal. Under this system, a female can be coerced into prostitution in order to pay off debts. In India, the countries where prostitution is rampant is Nepal, Bangladesh, and Mumbai. Over 40% of 484 prostituted girls rescued from the profession of illegal prostitution in India during the major raids and brothels of Mumbai in 1996 were from Nepal. In India, one estimate calculated that as many as 200,000 Nepalese girls, many under the age of 14, were sold into sexual slavery during the 1900s and 1990s to boost the not-so-legal profession of prostitution in India. India's largest and best-known red light district for prostitution are in Mumbai and GB Road in New Delhi. That hosts thousands of sex workers who are indulged in the profession of prostitution. Estimates show that these brothels in India are run on several illegal trafficking of levels of girls from age 14 to 50, Indian, Nepali, Bengali, Bangladeshi, Russian, college girls to housewives. Prajwala is a non-governmental organization based in Hyderabad, India, devoted exclusively to eradicating forced prostitution and sex trafficking. Founded in 1996 by Sunitha Krishnan and brother Jose, the organization actively works in the area of prevention, rescue, and rehabilitation, as well as integration and advocacy to combat trafficking in every dimension and restore dignity to victims of commercial sexual exploitation. And out of its 200 employees, 70% are survivors themselves. You can visit the website at www.prajwalaindia.com/contact us or call at 08414-237-304. Again, that's www.prajwalaindia.com/contact us or call 08414-237-304.